Now that the city of St. Louis has parted ways with its jail commissioner, what's next for the heavily scrutinized facility? Tonight, we're taking a look back at Clemons-Abdullah Clemons' rocky tenure. 5 on Your Side's Laura Bachevsky digging into the details.
Jennifer Clemons-Abdullah started her job as the St. Louis Commissioner of Corrections on September 13, 2021. 1,195 days later, the city of St. Louis announced she no longer worked there. So what happened in those 3 years where she was the leader inside the St. Louis City Justice Center? The number of inmate deaths only went up. Since 2020, 18 inmates have died. 2/3 died on her watch. Health concerns inside the jail grew amidst shifts between healthcare providers. And the last time Clemons-Abdullah did an interview with 5 on Your Side was more than a year ago. And she said she was making healthcare a priority, but couldn't be specific about many things.
I know that us doing that will help get us a better healthcare contractor, better healthcare for the inmates that come in, or be able to identify what they really need.
A year after that interview, St. Louis Sheriff-elect Alfred Montgomery says he's witnessed basic needs not being met.
Some of them complain about not eating for days. Some of them are complaining about not being able to shower.
In 2022, the St. Louis Detention Facilities Oversight Board was put in place to investigate claims of mistreatment at the jail, but they haven't been able to do that.
We have not been able to talk to detainees. We've not been able to talk to correctional officers or staff, including medical.
There were several riots or uprisings. One of the most recent ones happened in August when 40 inmates got out of their cells after locks malfunctioned. Just as her tenure began, the city spent $1.5 million fixing the locking system. Staffing has continued to be an issue. An audit completed by Missouri State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick's office says staffing shortages are the root cause of many of the CJC's problems.
What the low staff complement means is you have over 700 detainees who are being locked in their cells for 22, 23 hours a day.
A little more than a month after the August uprising, the city confirmed Clemons-Abdullah was on leave, which lasted for the majority of the final 3 months of her tenure. Alderman Rasheen Aldridge says the reason for that leave was not public.
I definitely speculated that ultimately she's on leave to eventually be either kind of pushed out, or she was looking for another job. There was rumors that she was selling her home.
A year ago, she made a very proud statement to 5 on Your Side.
I know we're going in the right direction because the proof is in the pudding.
But for the last year, many city officials disagreed. On December 21st, Aldridge said they're finally moving in the right direction when the city announced she no longer had a job here.
And I would say it's about damn time. I've been very vocal and saying, and was the very first alder that said I think that she needed to leave.
Reporting in St. Louis, Laura Bachevsky, 5 on Your Side.
And Tammy Ross is now the acting jail commissioner. Consultant Doug Burris is in place to make improvements. He was credited for change at the St. Louis County Jail. The city says there will likely be a national search to replace Clemons-Abdullah.